Happy time zones, it's your bird, Haven the Raven, and welcome back to Amalur on Nostalgic, where I go through this game that I have beaten way too many times and see if it still holds up. You will probably wind up hearing some beeping, because there's construction going on outside. Hopefully not another dumpster incident, but there's probably going to be a lot of beeping in the background after a certain after my dad finishes eating his, I think it was sandwich. And I may have to mute more than normal, because again, technically demolition, but that's still part of construction, isn't it? Anyway, we're going to be finishing up Gallows End today. There's almost no way that I don't have the time for this.
Good, you're here. Let's get going. Thanks for the chat. Yes?
Whee! Over here. Hello, Scav. What? Fateless one, why? Just why? Perhaps I should have given up some of my experience at the Orison. Just need you to perish. Okay. Back out here. There's a possibility of more scavs. Hi, scav. How did I know? What are you... Are you seriously struggling against a rat right now? Did you damage the rat at all? Like, did you actually manage to wound it? I'm not even going to question what they found.
Hello?
Oh dear. Didn't you? Ah, a tyrant. Yeah, you were not prepared.
Thanks for your help. I knew you were going to ask. If you must know, I was relieving myself when our ship sank. This dress was all I could find when I came ashore.
Okay, I forgot what the reason was behind that. I knew she had one, but I couldn't remember what it was. Okay, back to Grave Hall. Once I leave Gallows End, I'm not coming back, simply because it takes 2 to 3 loading screens to do that, and for whatever reason, they didn't program Mithros to involve either Gallows End or the Teeth of Naros, which I think is a shame. Role-playing in this game, aside from a few decisions, is mostly what do you not want to do? If you want to do every quest, you can't exactly have all the morals in the world.
I'd like to capture some of the magic residue of Akara. If you're willing, I can give you a vial that, when brought near Akara, will fill with some of his magic. What do you say? Wonderful. Here is the vial. Now, it's up to you to go to Akara.
This is a pretty easy request. I forgot about this one. This one does actually take me outside the keep. Not sure if there's another one that takes me outside the keep, though. The problem with the Akara tour is that I have to backtrack quite a bit back down the mountain before I can fast travel. There we go. I want to know why they built Cape Solus all the way down here when Akara's up here. Seems a little strange. Is it here? Cannot fast travel. I don't know why they have it designed like this. I guess it's to make damn sure that you were going to go through and defeat Dead Kel once you got there. Still a little weird, though. Hello, Adeline.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Archsage. Excellent. This will do nicely, thank you. To my gems?
I'm surprised we don't really get a traveler. I mean, we get a pirate, but not a traveler. Or perhaps we do have a traveler and we're just not told that they're a traveler.
Did you need to buy something? Take care, Marie.
Through here, sit on the throne once more.
Shipwrecked, only I made it out alive. The rest of the crew, they turned into those creatures of dead cows. Please, you must find them. My men. And put them out of their misery. I can scarcely imagine becoming one of those monstrosities, but it must be horrible.
Fairgorta, huh? Where are they? Okay. Actually, while I'm out and about, I should probably go get the treasure that Zephwin left. Quests, yeah. Scouting mission. Yeah, because that's pretty close. There's always boggarts here, so there's no point in me doing that. We're just gonna keep running towards the yellow circle. Oh, mic gone off. I'd still like to know where Tari went. Because I know that if you don't persuade him that you're going to kill the Scion, he does and then winds up executed. Although he gives you one more quest before he ends up executed. Uh-oh. Let's fast travel, see if that fixes this. Mic going off. Alright, so, this is glitched. Which is bad. Fuck, okay, load game. I might have to redo everything I just did. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so I have to save after both of those things and hope that Martin's crew doesn't wind up glitched a second time. Fen, sweetie. Hey. You don't have to bark. They're just there. They're just existing. I am, however, going to run past everything this time instead of actually stopping to fight. This is a hassle.
Good. You're here. Thanks for the chat.
I don't remember. If I can't complete that quest, I just outright can't beat Gravehall. So I have to try and reload a couple of times if needed, so that I can actually complete the faction. If not, I'm gonna have to leave it on permanently uncleared, which is annoying. You're not really worth my time at this moment. I've already spent too much time killing things. I'm almost to the level cap. Ugh. Which is kind of a crazy thing to think about. Mic going back off.
Should put a stop to this. Talk to you later.
I'm really hoping that the rest of Gravehall isn't glitched. Oh, might come back off.
I'd like to... What do you say?
I don't know if this is a glitch with the base game or with Re-Reckoning specifically. I'll have to look into that. But a faction just being completely uncompletable is bad.
Right, if you need any assistance with... Excellent. This will do nice pleasure.
Okay, next one is Martin's. And I'm just gonna go straight for him. There's a possibility that the glitch happened because of the way Gallows End is forced to work. None of the other areas have the respawn rates Gallows End does. Gallows End has enemies that respawn so much more frequently than any other or anywhere else in Amalur.
But my ship, please, you must make...
So there might be some spawning issues with all of the enemies here, technically, because of how transient they are. I suspect that they all despawn and respawn between loading areas as opposed to the way that it normally works. And I'm going back off because I cannot ascertain as to whether my dad is going to speak again.
advice or something. Take care, my liege.
Thanks for returning my bag. I can go searching again whenever you wish. Be wary.
Okay, so thankfully reloading fixed the problem, but if it didn't, that would have been I really think it might have been a problem caused with the way Gallows End loads things. I'd have to look at the code specifically, and even then I'm not sure I really would be able to do much, because I don't know what the code's supposed to look like. But I think it has to do with the way it loads in enemies, which means that your best bet to not wind up with that glitch is to just fast travel directly there and don't try to walk.
I hope that your mercy has brought them eternal peace. Thank you.
Apologies, my dog ran off with something he shouldn't have. Alright, what's next? I know who's last.
Special reagent on this island that is only in bloom during certain tides. Right now is one of those times. If you could go collect the 3 samples, I'd like to study them further.
Alright, I'll go get him.
Good. I'll mark where they're likely to be on your map. Good luck.
This reagent should look very familiar to anybody who's played this game before. Even if you haven't gotten to Gallows End, this should look familiar. Alright, oh, back to Mudhold Fasting. Mic going back off. I'm low-key hoping that Detyre isn't leveled, like at all, so that I can just not get any more experience after Gallows End until Cluricon. Because as it is right now, it is far too easy for me to max out my level without doing everything. Which is also sort of a strength. Because it means that, I don't have to worry quite as much about doing everything if I were to do, say, a challenge run. That would cut out a decent chunk of the side quests. If not all of them. I'm going to first go dismantle things so that I don't forget to later. Because I will forget to later. And then I can go turn this in. Okay, Marmatharin. I didn't even get... I didn't even get the blades from the blades. Oh. Hello, Yarrow. Nice to meet you. Challen... Eventually, I do want to go through and, do this game with, say, starting skills, or without actually putting any points into leveling up. See how far I can actually get with that. Like, I can get all the experience I want, but I'll still be level 1, or, well, level 0, technically. Actually, wait, no, level 1 because it makes you level up that first time. Maybe a run or two where I go with just the equipment you get from the chest in Goreheart. But those are all further down the line, and first I'm going to be beating this casual run.
There's bound to be reagents just waiting.
That
Would you like an
happens to be on the highest difficulty.
Great. Got the samples.
I'd also like to do a summons only run.
Don't travel without a potion.
Alright, I've got to go and wait a day. Cause the Fair Gorta alone is honestly an interesting one, but that can only be obtained at minimum. Because I think this requires like 30 points. So at minimum, this can be required at level 10. But the pet flute sort of changes that and makes summons only sort of viable. So that could be fun. Fair enough, fair enough. I forget potions exist a lot of the time. So so at least with this game, I wind up doing no potions kind of by accident. I think I used a potion, well, after a certain point. Potions become kind of obsolete after you hit a certain point.
There's bound to be a Would you like an alchemy? I'm still studying the samples you brought. Cautious.
I gave you a full day! Like, I use a lot of potions in the early game, but once you get out of early game, you don't really use them. Where did... Ah. Because if you're playing on very hard, then starting off, enemies do a lot of damage proportionately compared to what you can take. However, once you start investing a little bit into blacksmithing, the last time you're really going to need them is on Akados.
Hi there. Think of all the reagents you're passing up. It's as I suspected. Gallows Bloom is the same as the essence of fate. Unfortunately, I destroyed 2 of the samples. The other one's in good shape and usable. Well, thanks for your help.
Oh, Peter! Hello! How you doing? Rogue. Let's look at this. Well, actually... Iconoclast. If you put a health steal one on a weapon... Okay, just use what you find. Fair enough. Yeah, that sort of challenge run could be really fun. This is more me seeing if this game still holds up years later. But I do really want to try a pet flute and, well, a summons only run. I will have to do a little in the way of damage on my own to start with, just because summons don't become available until you at least get the pet flute, and getting the pet flute requires actually killing some things, so I would have to make exceptions for that.
A root golem has been seen standing in front of the passage to Scuttle Beach. Many at both the keep and Cape Solace salvage from that beach, and the root golem is scaring them away. Could you go kill the root golem and open up the beach again? Excellent. People will be back on Scuttle Beach in no time. Let me know when it's safe again.
I said hi, Peter. How you doing? And, aside from the dumpster drama, I'm having a good morning. Thank you for asking. Or, well, for the well wishes. Does that count as asking? Root Golem on the way to Scuttle Beach. Oh, yeah, that's honestly the whole reason I chose the headset that I have, is for the mic quality. I use the Corsair HS80. Hang on, I've got the box right here. Yeah, technically it's the HS80 RGB wireless, but I really just call it the Corsair HS80. You're welcome. Yeah, I wanted really good mic quality because, well, particularly because I tend to talk fairly quietly unless I'm talking directly to another person. So I needed my words to not be muffled, and I can't have cords everywhere because I have a dog. And I actually don't have a desk. I'm currently streaming from my living room. Those two things kind of make having a corded headset very inconvenient.
I think things are running much more smoothly since I arrived, don't you? Thank goodness you've disposed of that monster. Now people can scavenge the beach again. Remember what I told you?
Seriously, Peter, how you doing?
I have only one request, and it's this.
Okay, finally, it's the last one.
Marry me. My father will be furious if he hears of your rejection. I am told to entice you with a mighty gift if you need further convincing. Yes, I've seen the way you lead, and I respect you. I would be proud to be your wife.
There's like no... The fact that they put this at the end of the quest, this is purely a political marriage.
I knew you would, in time.
But it's needed to actually finish the quest.
Time to plan the wedding. Well, how does it feel to be married? You were quite the monster in bed last night. I can't wait to tell all my friends back home about it.
I feel like she should have had more dialogue after this.
I should wish to explore outside the keep walls soon.
Because she only has these 3 things, and it is purely a political marriage, but it's still a marriage. They dropped the ball on her quite a bit. Hey, need to sell stuff.
Well, actually, you pretty much need to take care of my life.
Okay, and now I go back to Scuttle Beach. And I believe I only have 1 quest left, or well, technically 2 quests left to do on this, island. Alright, it's very easy to mess up this one. What the? Okay. Right, I haven't actually come over here. I've avoided you like the plague.
At last, I thought the crabs would pick my bones clean. You must set me free. Those louts can't have gotten far, if they're still alive, that is. They'll pay for their crimes, I promise you. The rogues on our prison galley cracked me upside the skull and dragged me in here. Now I know why they were in such foul moods all the time. Be a friend and free me. The lock requires a key, but it should be somewhere nearby. In the wreckage, I'd wager. I'm a mercenary by trade, once of the war sworn, and I sought my fortunes in Odessa on a prison ship. The revolt occurred not long after we left the city, as we sailed north through the Forian Strait. The prisoners broke free of their shackles, stormed the decks. It didn't take long for those dogs to realize that trained men are needed to sail a prison galley. We struck the rocks, and all hands went down. All but one. And then you have my thanks, as one honorable soul to another. The key was last seen on the bosun's belt, but he's nothing but bones now. I'd follow the crabs. Little buggers appear to have quite the hunger for rotting flesh. Goodbye now.
Okay. So, Ancient Lianshi. Why does the Lianshi have... the thingy-majigger key? Okay, if you're going to do pure sorcery, get the Fair Gorta. The Fair Gorta is actually... Fair Gorta is better than Healing Surge once you unlock Transference, because it will siphon health once you have this upgraded with every single hit. Okay. Sorry, it's just... I hear someone's doing a challenge, and my first thought is, how can I help? You're stupid. Okay, the crab had the key. Yeah, I did not previously give the Fairgorta a good enough shot, because usually I just head straight for the meteor when I do pure sorcery. But the Fairgorta is part of the reason I haven't needed potions in a while.
The Troika be praised. Surely they watch over me and bless me with friends such as you. Many thanks. Now that you've given me back my freedom, I will make the most of it. Carry on.
Okay. I should save. The cooldown doesn't really matter too much if it just nukes everything. Webwood with the 6% fire damage, that's a permanent buff. You can very easily create items, well, I guess in your case you wouldn't be able to, that just give it absolutely bonkers amounts of damage. Cooldown doesn't really matter if there's nothing left to survive the crater. Alright, I'm gonna talk to you, save, and then reload the area.
You've done a good thing. More than Cape Solace would ever do. You should care more about helping strangers than converting them. One you rescued looks strong, fierce. I do hope his strengths are a help and not a hindrance. We'll watch him closely. We Darklfar are nothing if not careful. I get it.
Yeah, that's not to say that it's,
Thank you.
impossible for things to survive the, initial impact there. But between Lorestones and Twists of Fate, specifically Fearless, that's plus 11%, or with the Webwood Lorestones and Fearless, that's plus 11% fire damage, just base kit. And I think the Grave Hall paintings might, also buff that. Of course, if you allow yourself to craft equipment, you can get to some absolutely ridiculous amounts of fire damage, and then, after a certain point, not much is going to survive except a troll. I've had trolls survive the meteor. But even then, they wind up a-hurtin'. Winter's Embrace is always really good because even though it does have a pretty large cooldown, it, stays on the field for a while and slows down enemy movement. Which, that's actually really good for Mithros. And is the big reason I'm going to be mostly focusing on sorcery now that I've, Hey, if it works, it works. I keep forgetting abilities aren't skills. I'm going to be mostly focusing on sorcery so that I can get Winter's Embrace, because specifically for Mithros, that is huge. I have 37, 38. Okay, so I've got 40, which means 12 points. Which means I'll be able to go up to 68. I won't be able to actually get Winter's Embrace until after I beat the final boss of the base game. Unfortunate. Yeah, crafted gear is absolutely insane. Okay. I have to run. I can't fast travel for this, or I just outright lose the quest. Well, not... Yeah, lose. The answer, the word is lose.
Please, you must help me. Please.
Olaf, the one from the prison ship. He attacked me. There was nothing I could do but pray to sweet Lyria to protect me. He was so strong, so intent. I don't care about that brute. All I care about is Cadwallon. I've never seen him rave so. He went in pursuit of Olaf with revenge in his eyes. Foolish.
Thank you for the redemption, Yarrow.
He's a bard, not a warrior. Olaf will crack him like a shell. Be careful.
Okay, so I go back up this way. If you're fast enough, you can actually prevent Cadwallon from being killed, but if you want to do that, you cannot, under any circumstances, fast travel. If you fast travel, Cadwallon just outright dies. Okay, they're heading into the Siren's Den. Don't care, kiss my ass, bear. I am making it... I'm trying to actually save the guy. What races do you typically start with when you do challenge runs of this game? Okay, they're still fighting, so if I go left... And probably Fate Shift... Yes and no. It's not as effective as, Okay. Daggers. We're just gonna do that. Go down here, kill the brownies. And then Fate Shift your happy ass.
good for him. Of all the ways to waste a second chance. Wherever he is, I hope he's suffering. Bye.
And now we follow Cadwallon. I know that everything does more damage from stealth. I'm just not sure if it really counts as a stealth kill. Yeah. Because stealth kill is specifically an assassination. Which I think those require specifically daggers or Feyblades. Fair enough, fair enough. Varani and Loselfar are hands down the best races to start off with. Just because if you're smart about it, you can get every single skill in the game. Like maxed out. So all that really matters is early game for picking your race. And for that, the Detect Hidden boost the Varani gets and the Dispelling boost that the Loselfar gets are way better than what the Almain and Dokofar get. Especially if we're talking about the House of or anything regarding the House of Ballads. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, if you fast travel to Siren's Den to cut them off, Cadwallon just outright dies, so you have to run there and hope you're fast enough in order to save his life.
How can I ever thank you? Time and again you've been our savior, almost as if you were sent. I am a daughter of Lyria, but even she has been silent to my many pleas. It is comforting to know that people can make a difference too. That not everything rests in the hands of gods and madmen. Bless you. Again, thank you.
Yeah, actually, let's do that. There's a bugger right over here. The brownie would probably be a better test subject, actually, because brownies aren't resistant to lightning. Okay. Cool. And that's every completable quest on Gallows End done to my knowledge. So let's head back to Cape Solus and actually go start Detyre. The goal of this run is to complete every completable quest, and if I can't complete it, due to it being coded to be uncompletable, I have to at least turn in the rewards once. If it's glitched to the point where I outright can't do it at all, then I'm not going to worry about it.
Hello, my friend.
I did actually run into a glitch like that. Alright, what's that? That I cannot use. That's not very good for my build specifically, because I have plus 50% damage with just my rings. Alright, Rast. We're heading back to Rathir. What? You're not Rast!
Someday you and I will sail far away from here. We'll have more adventures. We'll stab things repeatedly. It'll be delightful.
I like Captain Bradigan.
That I can do.
I have to wonder if she's the one captaining the ship that you sail away on at the end of the Mithras expansion. Alright, we're gonna head in through the Red Marches. Because otherwise, there's like no reason to you have to backtrack for that. If you hear beeping, that's just demolition going on in the background. Our garage is held together by sheer spite, so my uncle and my dad are working on tearing that down. I can't even say it's held together by duct tape in sheer spite, or materials in sheer spite, because they've been working on knocking it down, and that back wall is still standing. I have one of your things for some, or one of your vials for some reason still. I turned it in, and yet it's still in my inventory for some reason. I noticed that earlier, which concerns me a little. I'm just not going to continue to touch his quest because I feel like that one's broken. Okay. Time for this fucked up series of quests. Hello, Balin's Testament.
Ah, and the footfalls of another wayfarer grace our ears. I'm delighted. I don't suppose you're traveling through Cadet, are you? If so, I would not look too hard for anyone. There is not much left to find. It was quite a miracle. A number of my order, all drawn by common faith, came to the village, and we showed them salvation. There was fire and blood and screaming, yes, much screaming, but all for the glory of the great Balin. Praise be to him. We liberated them, man and woman, Alfar and human. We have delivered them to Balin, to his paradise. In exchange, our coven will welcome the slumbering Titan, Balin's beloved servitor, in his lands. But would he not? For right now, we will show you paradise.
The Niskaru served to Logris, not Balin. I honestly don't know why they think otherwise. Though thankfully it doesn't look like I'm going to be getting too much in the way of experience from anything in Elsarund just yet. Not gonna bother picking up too much either. I want to know why Balin's Testament seems to think that the Niskaru would in any way serve Balin. Balin just happens to be the god of death. Logris is the god of chaos. And Niskaru are beings of chaos. Oh, this is just perfect. Hi. I don't tend to use Reckoning Mode much either. I just used it in that case because I didn't know how much health Cadwallon had left. And I was actually trying to save his life there.
The demons defile the land. The burnt skin of the world glows red with suffering. It is the deep gloam. The pallor of death settles on the people of Amalur. Fires rage across the wastes. The only sound is whispered laughter. As the embers cool and the wind blows across the desert, life once more erupts from the husk of the earth. And the struggle begins.
Okay, I may be tankier than I first would think. Because I just face tanked that, Okay, yeah, there's like no point in looting any of this. I just face tanked an explosion. Oh dear. Hi, Banshane. Can I get around you? No. Or well, actually, maybe. I'm just gonna let you go your way, and I'm gonna go mine. I'm not the only one that saw that, right? Okay. Most of the time if I use Reckoning Mode, it's literally just because I want to get something over with quickly. Especially later on in the game. Yeah, I don't know why they spawned like that, but they spawned like that. Alright, Galette doesn't have a ton in the way of quests, but what it does have is very interconnected. I'm going to gather this first and go from there.
They formed as beams of light amidst darkness. We saw it. The eternal clash between the structures of order and shadows of chaos. Slowly, despite their struggles, the war gave way to the grass and the sway of trees in the breeze. The land was cursed by the plague brought on by the Niskaru, but life gives way to death, as death will birth new life.
I think technically I was supposed to run into you first, so let's talk to you.
So, you made it to our camp. After seeing how you handled yourself against the Testament, I was hoping you might. Those of us in camp trust each other, but aid is not as forthcoming. I will be blunt. The Testament has taken something from me, and I want to recover it, intact. But I cannot do it alone. My brother Giran, they did not take him per se, so much as seduce him. He was a promising adept of the Scholia Arcana, and then one day he vanished. When I heard of the Testament's involvement, I feared the worst. I managed to track him here to Galette. Then I discovered just how large the presence of the Testament was in these marches. Excellent. I have resources at my disposal for a reward if we are successful. I have reason to believe that he is hiding in the ruins that run beneath the marches, this tomb of Ferragnus. I will meet you there. Hopefully, This cult has not sunk its claws too deeply into Garan's mind.
Unfortunately, faith is a funny thing. When you don't have it, you're prone to looking down on those that do. When you do have it, and it's true faith, nothing will shake it. True faith isn't exactly common. Let me just get as much of this area on the map as I can before I head into anywhere. Because getting the lore stones around here can be a bit of a pain in the ass. Hi! I just watched you spawn in. Any of you happen to know? What I really need is a better necklace than this. Because right now, because of my accessories, I'm running around with a 64% damage universal damage bonus. Hi, how do I get to you? I come from around somewhere. Where do I... that might be from within the tomb, actually. I don't think... Yeah, this place is weird because you have to use the Tomb of Faragnos to get most places. In we go. Hang on, what's my persuasion at? Maximum, okay. Oh boy, that could help, could hurt. Well, it's rarely going to hurt, but there's a chance it won't help. Are we going?
Yes?
I have to wonder... I'm gonna have to try something. I'm gonna have to try, using Mark of Flame, then going in... or then using the smoke bomb to go into stealth and see how much damage that does. Not as much as I would have hoped. Leggings of Justice. Alright then. You know what? I will take the conversation iframes. I will gladly take the conversation iframes. Detyre overall is pretty small, however... I think I actually came from that door. Odessa is a pretty complicated area that I think has a ton of quests. Alright, off we go. And interacting with the trainers at my level is going to be interesting. Hold on. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so there's 13 that I'm not sure I can find a trainer for. I know for a fact where the Master Dispelling Trainer is, and that's why I keep forgetting to go back to her, so that's why I have it, like that, so I can just pass by once and be done with it.
So you're the one my brother.
Hi.
Why? Did he tell you to save me from the Testament's influence? You were both fools. I joined of my own volition. Do you need proof? Look to the bodies at your feet. You gaze upon my work. You are correct. I am better than the rest of the Testament. Being a servant of Balin has made me more powerful than ever.
It's a shame.
I didn't think Giran's resolve could fall so fast. You heard what he said. For Agnes, waking? There is more to the Testament's presence here. In Giran's name, we must find what they want.
It's a shame that we never run into a sensible death worshipper. Worshipping death doesn't have to mean that you go around murdering people. As I was saying earlier, the faith is a funny thing. Those without it look down on those who do. And when you do have it, rare as that may be, it can't be shaken. Stranger still, more atrocities are committed in the name of faith than anything else. You. Hi.
Calm found slaying the Testament? I'm impressed. Well, I'm not here for the Testament. I'm here for gold. And I've got work for two. Care to make some riches? I was a Warsworn hireling once. Was passed over for promotion one too many times. On my last job, I found a map to a treasure beneath Galette. A friend, Thurs, and I gathered a crew to claim it. We found the town in ruins, but we're undeterred. We would get what we came for. Then Thurs slipped something into my drink, and the crew left without me. Now I want to beat them to the treasure, and I could use your support. Why, you... Fine. Even a tenth of this treasure will be enough to make us rich. Now can we get... Good. We split the map.
You're the one bargaining with a traveler.
In Galette Caverns. Now, let's move.
Galette doesn't have much in the way of anything just because of the way it's been destroyed. But Alcerund does have, or sorry, the Red Marches. Why did I say Alcerund? Alcerund is, has a whole different thing. But the Red Marches has a very interconnected area, which I do like. Honestly, the most difficult part about challenge runs of this game for me is going to be not going off and doing every single side quest. Because that would just take way too long and would burn me out. Hey. You can go to junk as well.
There was one. It would stare from the darkness and smile. It waited there with minions by its side. It was a demon thing, basking in eternal chaos, roaring beside the cries of its victims. The ones who came before faced and vanquished it. They saved the children of dust from a writhing torment.
We're here. Something is wrong. Let's clear out these kobolds first.
Okay. Did a vial just appear in my... A vial just appeared in my inventory. Okay. That's... why... Whatever. Completing this quest. Hello, kobolds. I have to wonder if stealth meteor is possible. I'd wager probably not, but I'm gonna have to, I feel like I have to check.
The kobolds are taken care of, but something strange. All these bodies. I don't think the kobolds killed these people. Thurs was former warsworn like me. A rabble of beasts would be no trouble for him. And these other bodies look like they've seen action. They must be of the Testament, which means they encountered Thurs, and they fought it out. We better see if Thurs made it out alive.
Alright, I'm going to start all the way from back here because I don't remember which body is... or which bodies are, Oh, wait, I must have had to continue talking to the guy in order to get the conversation of what and how.
It's locked tight. We'll have to find the bodies of Alces and Bertza to unlock it. We'd better start looking. If you see a body that looks like one of my crew, give me a shout and I'll come over.
Yeah, there's no telling, by the way, what bodies do and don't belong to this guy's crew. Actually, wait, I think it was... one of them was this one. I could be completely misremembering.
I don't know them. Probably one of the...
Okay, what about this one?
This is a stranger's...
This one? It could be completely random.
This is a stranger... I don't know that.
but I doubt it.
This is a strange... It's Elsa's.
Okay.
I didn't know him well, but he didn't deserve to die like this. Looks like he has his part of the combination still. This is a strip. I don't know that. I don't know that.
Still nothing. Alright then. I believe that's everyone on this. Which means I go down and investigate all the ones down here.
But,
okay.
He's just a mercenary looking for easy gold. Didn't know the job would end like this. But here's our combination anyway.
Sometimes that takes a while if you don't like go through methodically. Or even if you do, it's easy to miss a body. There we go. Hello, Raid.
Tears. We're already too late. I don't know. Tears never ran from a fight in his life. It's almost like he locked himself in here on purpose. Why? If he knew he was dead, why go through the trouble of hiding in here? Unless to keep the Testament from getting the treasure. Wait, did you hear that? The Testament's come.
You fools. Alright, what do you have to say to me now?
And it's settled. My crew got the door open, the Testament came in, tried to take the ring, and ushered everyone into paradise. Damn fools. We only came here for the money. It's all we wanted. Yet Tears kept the ring from them. He thought it was more important than his life. Why? The Testament's done enough. I'll make sure they never repeat what they did here. Take the ring. I no longer want it. I'll see you at camp.
Alright, you're the last one.
Yeah. So you're the dread Colm found gutting the Testament. Good for him, I say. Looks like you can do some damage. Name's Eighth. Black Eighth to some. If you're half as skilled as Colm says, then I'd like to make an arrangement with you. The Testament has swept through the Feylands like wildfire. A few years back, they came to my farm, salted the earth, left not a stone standing. They tore my husband to pieces in front of me. Their mistake was to let me live. I have a chance to make them suffer, and my plan takes two. Good, but we're not just going to hunt them down. We'll poison a few, and then dump the bodies into the Testament's water supply. When those bastards start choking on their own water, they'll regret letting me live. Their water flows from a cistern nearby. We'll need to go through the tomb of Aragnos to reach it. I'll meet you in the ruins.
Alright. Actually, I might as well just fast travel. I think that might be faster than walking. Just barely. 8th requires you to actually do Culm's thing first. I'm going to be investigating every door I can because I don't want to miss a lore stone and have to come all the way back through here.
Do you not see? The hells have come for you and I. Do not sleep. Do not run. Bury yourself. Dig into the earth. Cover yourself with dirt. Cover yourself. Dig beneath the worms, beneath the sand, where the fires consume you. They call the demon back to wreak the havoc of ancient doom. It comes! Dig!
Cue Windrose. Sorry. Nothing in here. Alright.
Never quite knew much about this Faragnos or why it was in two.
Okay, so there's 2 here.
The Testament want it. It can't be good.
Which door is she going to? She's going to that one, so I go to this one. I want my lore stones. And there's a chance I have to come all the way back through here if I miss even just one. Fuck. I'm just not gonna. Okay, then. How do I get here? Because I could swear that that is something I need to go through the Tomb of Faragnos to get to. And I think that's the last Red March's lore stone, yeah. Of course, I could run around and see if... Okay, yeah, I'm gonna run around to the rest of the tomb, because I know there's one section that I outright can't get to yet. And I'd rather have 8th waiting on me than all 3 of them. And I was right. Alrighty then. Oh, whoops. Okay, so that also works with Icicle Barrage. That is not anywhere near as good as either of the rings I have in my current possession. Perhaps I should have done Detyre before Gallows End. Alright, final Elsa run, or not Elsa run, Red March's Stone.
Faragnos, come to us! As I free my blood, we free you from your prison. Taste of this and drink. And tear apart your chains. We call you, O Agnos. We summon you. We invoke your presence. We break the prison bones. We break the walls.
How did that end? Oh. That was the end. Okay. I'll take that so I don't have to come back here later. Okay, this is where it would stop me. Because it does at a certain point stop you because, what? It does at a certain point stop you because you need to have someone stay behind. And, yeah. Come on, get over here. Alright, there we go, that's 2. Ace. Damn it. Okay, that one did fall over. Alright, is that enough? I think that might be enough. Because you have to actually make sure they fall off the, platform.
Then it's finished. In a few minutes.
Okay, then.
2 years of planning, tracking, finished. I thought... I didn't know what would happen. I don't feel anything. I've killed how many of the Testament? And I feel nothing at all. You're right. I didn't murder them so that they could find salvation. I only wanted justice. I didn't know what the Testament was up to when I first came, but I found these on one of the ones I killed. I don't know much about this Niskaru for Agnes, but the Testament is interested in him. From now on, I'll keep 2 eyes on their doings.
And now we go back here.
I can see in your eyes.
They all swarmed me as soon as I showed up.
Thank the gods. The Testament is on the cusp of raising the Niskaru Lord for Agnes. When they do, all of Detyre will be plunged into flame. Agreed. Unfortunately, we are too late. The beast has already entered this world. I can sense its presence. But for
Oh, Chick Shuffle, hello, how you doing?
Take some time for him to develop, to mature. We should strike while we have the chance. It seems that Feragnos has housed itself in the complex at the end of the canyon. The only way in is through the catacombs of his tomb. We will meet you in there. Now, let us move.
Glad you're doing well. I've had a good morning, aside from some dumpster drama. I'm hoping the dumpster drama is a one-time thing. Glad to hear you're doing well. Yes, dumpster for the construction. Well, we're currently still in the demolition stage. No, but when the dumpster people went to take the dumpster away from the house, because they had to replace it with a new one, they did hit the roof. I don't think anything was wrecked. Yeah, they had one job. My dad did not tear the poor kid who was driving the truck a new one. But that very easily could have gone bad. Especially because the section of the roof that they hit was right over the porch, which is right next to mine and Mimsy's bedroom.
Curse it all. The testament was cleverer than I gave them credit for. From the look of things, this door will only open if someone is standing on the switch back there. We don't have time to break down the door. Someone is going to have to stay behind to keep this open.
No, I did not wake up to that. Thankfully, I was already awake. I just heard a crash and I was like, what? Again, I don't think anything actually was damaged, but they did hit the roof with the dumpster.
We do not have the leisure to ponder this for long. You need to make a decision.
I've never actually seen what happens if I stay behind. So I'm gonna save a couple times and then check.
You need to pick one of us to stay behind. Do you think anyone here except you has a shot at taking that beast down? Not a chance. You're facing for Agnos.
Fair enough. The game does not let you. Okay.
Then this is goodbye. I'll hold the door for as long as I can. You need to get going. Take it down.
Okay. So yeah, that's how my morning's gone. I will probably be checking the front door later, though. I don't think I can get back in here once I leave, so this is the one time I'm actually going to... That's actually a pretty good gem. And thank you for the concern, Jake Shuffle. I mostly just think it's funny, because nobody got hurt. I don't think anything got really damaged. Yeah. Apparently, the poor kid looked like he was younger than me. Really? You are quite pathetic, aren't you, Varagnos? I'm getting one spell in, and then he's retreating. Okay, what is going on here? I might have to use Reckoning Mode just so that I can actually kill Feragnos fast enough. There we go. The game was trying to make sure that I had an actually somewhat challenging fight by just completely negating all the damage I did. Alright then.
It is... we finally managed to defeat it. The beast is finally dead. Detyre is saved. The world will know what happened here. Even if it takes me months or years, I will write the history of Feragnos and our part in it. I will remain here for the time being, for research. Your tale, our tale, will be told one day, I swear it.
My character's already going to be getting enough fame. You do not need to be doing this.
Taking another stroll through the marches, are we? Enjoy the relic. 8th Dunbert is dead. I'm now the fury and vengeance of all.
Yeah, okay. Hraid wound up, or the Warsworn guy, or ex-Warsworn guy wound up dead. Whoever you decide to leave behind does not survive. Unfortunately. I have actually played the original Dragon's Dogma. I haven't beaten, like, I know what happens, but I haven't beaten the game. I got to the part where you're supposed to go around collecting wake stones, and because my first playthrough I was playing a support character, that was actual Tartarus. I've gotten... You mean Dark Arisen, Bitter Black Isle? I've gotten all the way to, like, the priest, I think it was. And then something else comes up and I wind up dropping the game for a while, and by the time I come back, I want to start a new character. I really should get another copy of Dragon's Dogma so that I can stream it. And maybe that'll finally push me to actually beat Bitter Black Isle or past Grigori. Well, to actually do Bitter Black Isle or the rest of the story past Grigori. Because I keep meaning to get back to it. And then I keep, well, having my mind wander. Fair enough. Actually, wait, isn't there an entire class centered around playing solo?
They took him to a ruin beyond that fork in the road. I tried to stop them, but they won't release him until the curse is removed. I have no idea what they're speaking of. Please, help us! Thank you so much. The Fae took him through the narrow pass nearby.
Yeah, I think the assassin vocation specifically has skills that, oh, hang on, there's some stuff around Alcerund. That trigger more or exclusively when you don't have any pawns. Yeah. Now, you said that, and my first response was, how could I myself make that work? I haven't even beaten the game normally. What is wrong with me? Don't answer that. The list is way too long to put into a comment. Hi, Narka. Bye, Narka. Lorston!
This life offers two choices. Fight or die. Those who choose to live face conflict. It is the natural balance of this world. The weeds preclude the flower's bud. The spider's web arrests the fly. The water carves the rock. In the dry wastes of Detyre, in the land known as Ulcerund, the House of Valar became the home of this primal force.
Yeah, I am not the type of person to just play a game once. I can and will, every game I have in my possession, I will play it multiple times through. And in addition to that, if I can do a challenge run for it after I've beaten it once, maybe twice or three times, I will.
From the Desert Runner's lethal dance to the chaos of the Wolfpack, the Fae displayed these contests as art. Engard, the embodiment of contention, arose as champion. His strike was as the mantis leg, a bolt amid stillness. He met defeats like the salamander's tail, lost, but only to grow again. He inflicted wounds like the serpent's fang, rotting poison to weaken the mightiest opponent. His baleful stare was the sharp spin above the water's surface, promising a bloody end.
For example, Wednesday I'll be starting my first ever Code Vein solo run. Which that's going to be interesting because that entire game is balanced around having an NPC partner. I've never done a solo run before. Because I've never done a solo run before, I'm also not going to restrict myself to no deaths or anything crazy like that. Though I honestly could probably manage Code Vein with no deaths if I was determined enough. And when I'm done with this game, when I've actually gone through and beaten the run, I'll be starting a Dark Souls 3 challenge run, where I essentially have to cosplay as a different NPC for every single boss.
The walls of Glir Athwin came crashing to the ocean's turmoil.
Maybe not every boss, but every main story boss.
Hiding from the ogre's fists, saw Beala Tyrin atop the revered spire, dressed in priestly garb and circled by a camp of mages. Wise Tyrin called forth the grace of Lyria, her beauteous song, paragon of the ethereal. The people climbed to her side, a summit cloister of spell-woven forces. She smote the Jotun from the hallowed pinnacle, and never again did they return. Rathir, she named the place where sharp rocks break the water's surface. This home for all Dokkulfar, the lunar crag of Lyria, founded in the 14th year after the parting.
There is a wisdom in that statement. Because even if you do make an incredibly difficult challenge, it's kind of moot if it can't be beaten. Which is why sometimes you have to make allowances for certain things. Maybe by actual, like, technical definition of the word, you didn't manage to beat something. but by making one allowance for one exception, you made it more entertaining and showed what was possible with that thing.
The Great Ones contested Engard's knowledge, and time and again they failed. The combat space was a patch of dirt, which soon became a clearing. The clearing, trampled by the feet of warriors, sunk into the earth and became an arena where the bravest mortals heard the feral clamors of the combatants. The House of Valor was born.
I'll head into House of Valor after I've actually done the quests, or this quest here. Or about this quest line.
Across the land, Seelie and Unseelie fought each other. The House of Valor was abandoned for the battlefields of Isa and Olm. Engard battled hordes as the warriors of Valor thrived on the plains of Erethal. The storm grew as they joined the war, and the Seelie threw back the invaders.
Alright, I'm missing one lore stone for Alcerund, I think. Yeah. 2 for summer and 1 for spring. Fall is exclusively inside Arathi Ruins, and winter is exclusively across the sea. I think the House of Valor might have one of either the spring or summer stones. As for the last Alcerund one, that might actually be where the quest is taking me. Alcerund's a small area. Smart move. I know that it's just AI, but smart move. I'm gonna have to turn around. Oh dear. Actually, one example of me having to bend the rules a bit for my challenge runs was when I went through and did the Mask of the Child run for Dark Souls 1. Because it's impossible to start with the Mask of the Child, I had to put in an allowance that would, like, it would actually let me go get that so long as I tackled Pinwheel on New Game Plus. Okay, so that isn't what I thought it was. Fair enough, fair enough. Oh, hello, sir. Nice to meet you. How you doing? Or wait, have we met before? It says your first time chatter. I'm not good at keeping track of this stuff. That is the Red Marches. I do not want to be going that direction. Challenge runs are great. Especially the goofy variety. Well, I'll have to pop in on one of your streams one of these days and see. Okay, so where did I miss an Elsarin stone?
On the sand. Greetings. You are strange. There's something distinctly fey about you. Releasing him would be detrimental to fey and mortal alike. I sense something peculiar about you, though. Perhaps you could help him. He could be healed, we surmise, with the completion of the Rite of Valor. Head to the caverns of Ingress at the base of the Great Spine. There are 3 Erathi sigil stones within. They are marked by a waterfall, a pillar, and a tree. Activate them in that order. Each stone will curse you. Once the last stone is activated, a beast of many vines will challenge you in your weakened state. Defeat it, and bring the Korapatl to us. We have waited long for
This game is absolutely amazing. Okay, I was correct that there was something over here. Oh boy. I might have to come back with a Fate, or after Fate Weaver. However, I kind of don't want a sequel because of how badly they butchered Mithros. There were a lot of good possibilities. They introduced some lore things with Mithros that could have been awesome. I just was not a fan of the way they executed those ideas. Okay, the repetitive quests thing is quite literally every single, open world game out there. What are you?
Hail, adventurer. Are you here to present an offering to Mitharu?
Mercantile level 3.
Hail, adventurer.
Is this all training? I don't remember putting a point into Mercantile. I think this might be all training. I can go see a Fate Weaver regardless. Quickest one would be Agarth. I think. I don't know if there are.
Any luck finding the old gnome?
I genuinely don't know if there are any spiritual successors to Amalur, but this is a good game, and even if you don't want to get the Mithros expansion, I do recommend playing it. There's some things that just won't work without Mithros. However, those things were not part of the base game to begin with.
Hail, adventurer. Are you here to present an offering to Mitharu? Farewell,
Yeah, that was entirely, It was still worth checking, but I didn't remember putting any points into Mercantile. Oh. Mic going off? Sorry, Yarrow, I have the word add banned because... Why did I go past abilities? People kept using it to try and shuffle me over to their Discord. But yeah, if they were to make a sequel, they probably would do a fourth one. Or a fourth, the tree.
Tharo has chosen each of us for the gifts.
Another new soul in Ulster.
Yeah, that's pretty much... I got sick of it. Like, genuinely sick of it, because it was almost always AI art. Fair enough. But if the art styles were unique or anything, that would have been one thing. But I noticed that it was the same art style for like 4 different artists. Quote unquote. And I actually am going to go around and kill everything before I touch that. Never mind. Alright, what does Trial of Commencement doing? Status, effects. Okay. That's not that big a deal, I just shouldn't get hit. I wouldn't care so much if it wasn't so obviously, seriously, it was 4 people using the same, art style. The shading was atrocious. I could tell that there was a shading attempt, and it was just bad. And there was just something uncanny about the artwork that they presented me as their portfolio. If you're going to sell your art, at least sell your art. Don't try to pawn off the AI shit as yours, because no, it's not yours, it's the AI's. There was no consistency with the shading. Like, at all. Oh dear. Yeah, no, I don't want to buy a prompt. I can make my own prompts, thank you very fucking much. My issue with that is the theft thing. 'Cause a lot of the time, people will just outright scam digital artists with that stuff. And while I don't think that an idea is something that should be copyrighted or anything, a lot of these digital artists don't have much... Oh, you little... I thought I could get away with that. but a lot of these artists put their heart and soul into their work, and then the AI will just take it, will not even mention where it took it from. And even if it doesn't do that, the AI can't really explain anything beyond its prompts. There's no emotion to the art. You don't know why a certain line is where it is. You don't know what inspired a certain shape of the eyes. Alright, that's everything except for the thresh. Like, AI can be used for inspiration as far as I'm concerned. But because the art is going to be soulless no matter what you do, I feel like it should not be used for more than inspiration, and that's what a lot of people are using it for. They're using it to make complete pieces and are telling people that, yeah, this is legitimate art when there's no actual emotion behind it. Okay. What are the other two? Okay. We save. Whoa, what? I'm gonna undo the timeout. Hold on. Add with the double D's, I have, banned as a word. There we go. And that's how we cheese that. Yeah, I have ADD banned because of the whole people adding or trying to sell me stuff on Discord thing. That tends to trip them up. And that's bad. Wait, what happened? Ah. I'll be honest, I don't know that much about digital art either. I did try it a little bit, but there was some stuff. You just gotta be a little more creative with how you say things.
Well done. I can use the petal to create an elixir for the Albane. He needs only to drink this. If it indeed frees him from the curse, he may leave. And I will finally have hope of saving Ulcerund from the Nark. Farewell, mortal.
You've returned. Will the Fae allow me to leave? they'll let me go if this works. Fine. I'll drink anything at this point. I can feel the curse leaving me. I'm not just saying that so I can leave it. It's like a fever's breaking. I should get back to my wife. Thank you again, and farewell.
Save. Yes, you can still do math. Just use a plus sign instead of the ADD.
That was impressive. Our success with the Almain bears great portent for Ulceran. If a mortal can be cured, then maybe a Fae can as well. I believe that you could survive a journey through the Fellfire Pit. Will you help us with another task? We wish to repeat our success with the Almain at a much grander scale. To do this, we require the essence of another plant, this time from the Fellfire Pit. The pit is located at the base of the great spine of Ulcerand. The flower, the Fellfire bloom, rests there. The only plant that grows in the pit. Excellent! Then head to the Fellfire Pit, where the Guardian of the Bloom awaits. We have waited long for the champion to return.
Okay, so that's like right in the middle, alright. Oh, hi! You. We're going to the Lore Stone! I thought I got that one. Considering there's still construction going on outside, I'm probably going to finish up the Ulcerand quests, head into the House of Valor, and save and quit in there. Well, call my stream in there. Hi! Why are you in the wall?
When the armies of Own subsided, the Seelie returned to the land, and the House of Valor was forever changed. The conflict of the cycle waned, and the Fae now embodied the peace of sleep. Engard no longer fought, it was without purpose. The great cycle turned through the ages. Seasons passed. A mortal defeated the champion of Valor. His name was Hroth Magnus.
I would have actually liked to meet Hroth Magnus. Aside from the whole, Oh, come on. Warmonger thing. Hroth sounded like he was kind of a good guy. Alright. I think you're a return trip. You're how I get back. Oh, Negan, hello! How you doing? Back out here. Let me just... Wait, what happened? Why would you be getting a tooth pulled? Hi, Niskaru. Bye, Niskaru. Open sesame. This probably isn't anything worthwhile, but I may as well grab it. Yeah, nothing worthwhile. Oh, hi! Why are you not accompanied by a flame champion? Wait, what? Okay, did they say why you would need to get a bolt? Or do you just not want to share? I don't feel like picking that, actually. You don't remember. Fair enough. I mean, you'd think you'd write that one would think that you'd write that down, but fair enough. Yeah, I hear getting a tooth pulled is pretty can be pretty, yikes. Not quite painful because they make sure that you are very high on drugs. You just had to redeem that when I said people were high on... No, a dentist joke, okay. A dentist joke. This is not a good one. But I suppose that if everyone had perfect health with their or perfect teeth health, it would make a dent in their operations.
Excellent. You have my thanks.
Oh, not a dentist joke.
Now we can use the power of
I misread that.
bloom to begin the removal of this curse from our lands. We will, however, require your services once more to accomplish this. Will you aid us again?
Do you like the damage this time? Sorry, Negan. Let me refund you. How do I do that? How do I refund? I don't know how to refund. I'm gonna have to look that up later. Sorry, I owe you 100 points if I can figure it out.
Seek an audience with the keepers of the crossing, and then administer the sample of Felfire Bloom to the heart of this land. With luck, you will free this entire region from the Naga affliction.
Alright, fair enough. I probably should figure out how to refund people, though. Just in case someone does actually care next time.
Very well. Defeat Pura, and she will give you the Amulet of the Sun. Take the amulet to the keepers at Caer Elata, and they will allow you to pass. At the bottom of Caer Elata, you'll find the font of the crossing. Place the sample of Felfire Bloom atop it. In fact, theory is correct. Your help in this.
Off we go! Okay, and how to do that on mobile? because my my mom's laptop is on the other side of the room right now. Fair enough, fair enough. I'll have to look into that then. Thank you for trying to help, sir. Sounds like something big got added to the dumpster. Let's hope they don't hit the roof with it this time. Mods, huh? Well, I do need more mods. Again, thank you for the help. Look, Final Fantasy is way down on the list, Negan.
A child of dust.
It is on the list, it's just kind of way down there.
The desert is unkind to mortals. Florian and the Circle sent you to access the crossing? It is highly unusual for a mortal to invoke a Fey rite.
It's they them today,
Your
sir.
aura is most unlike a mortal's. Very well. Prepare yourself.
Oh, wait, what? The food chain? Won't let me do the... assassination thing.
Well done. You are a skilled combatant. It's no wonder you've earned the respect of Florian and his Circle. The Amulet of the Sun is yours, and with it your right to descend to the crossing.
Wait, what? Why are we talking about the final countdown? And are we talking about the song or something else? I still have to come up with that cranberry lich concept. I'm not sure if any of you were actually in chat when I was, or in Feed the Tall Boys chat when I was conceptualizing that. But thank you for reminding me. No, this was actually a couple months ago. It was like the last time I could actually sit through one of Feed's streams without risk of spoilers, really. What, Amalur? Amalur actually came out around the same time, like, very close to the same time Skyrim did. Resist it or not, you're still gonna feel the burn. Yeah, 2011, 2012, something like that. I know that it was overshadowed by Skyrim in some regard. Fen, sweetie, what's the matter? Hi, baby boy. Why are you whining? Come here. Come here, Fen. I did not say sit down, you petulant dog. Come here. Fen, come here. One moment. Alright, he came eventually. Oh. Feed! Hello, how you doing? Hilariously enough, we were actually just talking about you. I suppose there's something to be said for summoning. We were talking about that cranberry lich concept I had for Pathfinder that I never actually got around to writing down. This was a couple months ago. It just randomly popped back into my head because people were talking about zombie by cranberries. Which is hilariously how I got the concept to begin with.
Welcome to Caer-Alatha, mortal. We have not had visitors in a very long time. What do you seek? To deal with the Narca curse. If Purra has given you the means to pass, then do so. You should seek out Halcyon. He will assist you in this. Take caution in these lands, mortal.
Yeah, that was a couple months ago. And I was talking about how I came up with it in your chat, and then you just appear. I think you were actually playing Resident Evil, which I have next to no interest in actually playing Resident Evil for myself, so there wasn't much in the way of spoilers that I cared about then. But I think you were playing Resident Evil. Fen, what are you doing? That fits. Yeah, no, it kind of does. And my lightning bolt gets stuck on a wall. Because of course my lightning bolt gets stuck on a wall. Oh, mic going off.
You should feel privileged. The crossing is not a place of mortal business. You are the first to come this far. That essence of Fellfire Bloom is meant for the crossing, yes? To cure this region of the Narker curse? I will not allow it. Florian, in all his wisdom, does not see what I see. That the crossing is a solution to this long winter. No Fey empire has ever risen so. It is not the way of things. I have been using the power of the crossing to gradually tip the balance of magic in favor of the Summer Fey in Ulcerund, but this had unfortunate side effects. The crossing is tied to the magical essence of this land, and so are the Fey of this region. My tampering has driven them to madness. It is a necessary corruption. Better for a few of us to be mad than to wait for this long winter to end.
This guy is proof that the Summer Fae are just as dangerous as the Winter Court.
I end you. Florian and the others cannot know what I have done. Not until I am finished and the long winter ended. Fare you well.
I do not feel like... you have something... I don't remember what, but I don't want to deal with it. Oh, hey, you survived. I thought you were a storm champion because you were purple. I should know better. Fen, can you get off the table? I could technically go and get all these chests. The loot here is not leveled though, so there's not really a point. Yeah, there's Reckoning mode really does trivialize a lot of fights in this game. Because keep in mind here, oh wait, sorry, it's options. I'm playing on the highest difficulty. So that's with them being as strong as they possibly can be for where I am in the game. You can get so overpowered, it's actually kind of ridiculous. If you want a game that is a power fantasy, this is a good one. Because once you get out of the early game, you just completely annihilate everything you come across.
I see. Alcir's devotion to his king and court was more powerful than our friendship. That he would compromise his own kind to end the long winter is deeply unsettling. Perhaps, in the end, he'd become Narka himself. You have my thanks. Please, take these. They are imbued with Fey magic, and should aid you wherever you may go. Take caution in these lands.
I feel bad for the Winter Court. Honestly. They did not want any of this. However, because of the Tuatha, they have been made into villains. The Winter Court, as in all Winter Fae. It's... Of the Winter Fae that you meet in the game, I tend to actually prefer them to the Summer Fae. Much less haughty. But the Winter Fae are also kind of a dying breed because the Tuatha De Danann originated in Bale, which is the seat of the Winter Court. They actually originated when Gadflo, the king of the Tuatha, killed the king of the Winter Court and took his crown for himself. And the Tuatha are the main antagonists of the game. Maxon, the guy I was just talking to who gave me the sandals and who was sad about Halcyr's betrayal, is the first Winter Court Fae that you have the opportunity to meet that isn't outright antagonistic. We meet more in Cluricon, but those are also kind of few and far between. And there's an entire town of them that we can rescue in Alabastra. But the Winter Court is dying because the Tuatha are cannibalizing them. Oh, Asta! Thank you for the lurk! Guess I have to play a little longer than intended now.
It is good. I can feel a change in the air. The taint of the Naka curse is rapidly dissipating. Shame it was caused by one of the Sealy's own. The Circle and I will take our leave. A small number of Naka will undoubtedly remain. We will reclaim our brethren and defeat what Naka are left. Thanks to you, perhaps Alceran will recover from the Naka after all. We have waited long.
Alright, save, and then it's off into the House of Valor. After House of Valor, I'll head over to Egon's tomb. I have to be careful and remember... Okay, so a lot of the... Alright, so some of the Narca have returned to being Sealy. Oh, it is a very good thing I didn't run over here. The summoner would have really pissed me off. Yeah, I do have the, like, that is quite literally my first tag, I think. Is I'm not buying any art. The second one is, the fact that I'm gender fluid. That just goes to show just how many people I've had try to sell me their art when I don't want it. House of Valor... The House of Valor is interesting because it is the only faction in the game where you never have to leave the faction's grounds. Oh hey, you actually are leveled. That is a good thing to find out, actually. I don't think there's a trainer around here.
Hello there. Are you suffering from anything?
Yeah, there's no trainer, so I don't have to worry about any fate weaving.
Hey there.
You repair my stuff. Though I don't think it's actually needed. What? How did I get behind the counter? And I cannot recall. What did there is not. Alright. I thought there was a lore stone somewhere here, but apparently not. Up here.
Welcome. Are you
I will be. I'm just making doubly sure that there's nothing here. Okay. Fights in Valor Arena are to the death, which is why some of these people will, like, run out of their team. Those are for later.
You there! The arena needs another competitor to round out the next match. The tournament can't go on until we have a leader for the Crows. If you trust in your fighting skills, there are vast riches to be won here at Valor Arena.
Okay.
As I said, the arena needs another fighter to start the next match. What do you say? You look like you could hold your own in a fight. That's the spirit. I hereby induct you into Valor Arena as the leader of the Crows. Your first opponent...
I want to know why some of the others weren't the leader of the Crows.
Your team's already waiting for you in the Gladiator Pit. Head down the walkway when you're ready.
Okay, since I'm definitely going to be going over a little bit, I'm going to put you lot in an ad, use the bathroom, and get a drink. And probably just go all the way through Valor Arena, because Valor Arena is a very short faction. See you all in a few minutes. And I'm back. Oh, thank you for the lurk, Jake Shuffle. I'm not kidding about Valor Arena being very short. I legitimately think it's like 20 minutes.
So you're the new leader. You should brace yourself if you haven't already. Fights in Valor Arena are to the death. I look forward to seeing what you can do. Let us know when you're ready. You'll have to decide which of the three of us will fight with you before a match. Let one of us know when you're ready. We'll have to decide which of the three of us will fight.
I'm going to try and alternate between all three of them. One's a warrior, one's a rogue, one's a mage.
Very well. Lead the way. There will be no mercy out there.
And all three of them are equally useless.
Welcome one, welcome all to
Yes, this is an arena, like an outright arena.
against Remus Bloodhawk and his marauders. Victory here means the entire team moves up in the championship. They'll be on a path to face the Lords of Valor. Have at it, warriors.
But because of the way this arena works, I'll be surprised if it takes more than a half hour. At least to do the main stuff. There's some arena side quests But again, those are side quests. I don't really consider them as part of the faction quest, especially because they're only available after you become champion.
I'll admit I didn't expect you to come back. There's a reason no one was signing up. Remus is as experienced as they come. Here's your money for the match. Oh, and one more thing, Gladiator. Jokal Fangard mentioned he would like to speak to you in the gambling den.
Mic going off for a bit.
I hope you remain well, Gladiator.
Alright, I forgot that some of them are actually available beforehand, but there's not really much of a point in going through them beforehand.
Don't worry. I don't plan to take too much of your time. Just want you to know that I hope you'll keep fighting. The way you dealt with those fools in there, I think you could truly make an impact here at the arena, should you choose to continue. At any rate, take these. They'll serve you well. Think of them as a donation from a concerned fan, in hopes that you'll remain in the arena's employ a little longer.
Back out. Jokal is probably the only arena official, or, well, not even official, that's actually like in my corner.
Alright, so you did pretty well last time. Don't get cocky. It's all uphill from here. Are you ready for another match? You're up against Bodine Borg and his team of magic users. Good. Join your team downstairs and choose a partner when you're ready. By the way, the champions made an agreement with the other team's leader. In return for fighting, the mages will get your bodies if they can kill you. Good luck out there, Gladiator.
We're gonna go with the rogue for this one, because I already used the warrior. Hello.
Did you hear? The other team's bringing mages into the arena. Mages like Helga. We're doomed. If you die out there, I'll take your things. For safekeeping.
I like this kid, actually. Alright, save. Always good practice to save before you enter the arena. Just because it's not likely to happen doesn't mean you're not going to get caught in a corner.
Here we go again, folks. Today's match pits the Crows against the renowned Bodine Borg and his research team. Let's see if arcane theory can best cunning and experience.
Hi.
And so Borg and his band are defeated. Perhaps we did it!
The trick with the arena, honestly, is to focus on the other team's leader. Because some of these teams just keep getting reinforcements until the leader is down. So if the leader isn't down, the fight doesn't end.
So you're good at manhandling magicians as well. Good. Let's see how long you can keep this up. Here's your money. You deserve every coin. And Jokal asked me to pass these along. Let me know when you're ready for the next match. You're up against Brogan Adair and the Wolfpack. And so is Brogan Adair and his team of rogues. Head down to the pit and we'll get this started. Good luck out there, Gladiator.
Alright. Helga, where are you? There you are.
Oh, I hate archers. It's a good thing they burn like everyone else. You set their quivers on fire and they become hysterical. Right behind you, lead the way.
She's actually kind of terrifying, considering the fact that her magic gets stronger when she's drunk.
Let's go show them.
And everything I've got.
She uses alcohol like a buff.
You've seen the crows handle magicians and their parlor tricks, but there's no trick error in Team Brogan's quiver. Let the battle begin.
Hi.
Gladiators, speak to Jakin to collect your rewards.
Okay, that sounded like the Niskaru theme for a minute there, and I was like, what?
I'll have your back out there.
Alright, now that I've used all 3 of them, I can decide who I want to bring for the next group. Unless this is what I think it is.
Looks like you're starting to make an impression. The fans have been asking me about you. Heard a rumor your fights are moving a lot of money in the betting scene. None of the gamblers expected you'd last. Except Jokul, perhaps. He left me these to
Okay, this is what I think it is.
The champ mentioned he wanted to see you. I hope you remain well, Gladiator. The champion wants to see you at the manor. His team hasn't had a new member since he became champion. Look at you, really climbing the ladder. I hope you remain well.
The champion is an idiot. And a bastard.
Good. You're here. Welcome. I'm your grand champion. You're doing well. The fans love you. I love you. You're making this arena a lot of money. But you put me in a bit of a fix. There have been some fairly well-to-do people betting against your success in the gambling den. Now, some very important clients of mine are staring down a mountain of debt, and I want you to help us fix this. I want you to fight a match alone. Advertising that handicap will generate bets against your success. You'll win, of course, and I'll win my money back. Make no mistake, it'll be an easy match. I'll make sure of that. I just need you to tell Jakin you'll agree to the match. You do this for me, and I'll pay you double for the fight, and bring you onto my team. No more scrapping with Vigor and his goons. Watch your tongue, warrior. Believe me, I'm an enemy you don't want to make in this place. I'll let your opponents know you're thinking on it. If you want to continue to fight in this tournament, you will represent the Crows alone against Mad Dog and his mad men.
This game really does make it very easy to hate the Grand Champion, and that just makes it all the more satisfying to kill him later.
Hail, warrior. He says he wants you to fight alone in the next match, right? Ha! Magnus wants you dead. What did he offer you? Money? A spot on the Lords of Valor? Both? Ha! There hasn't been a change to the Lords of Valor lineup since he brought them in. It's just a ruse. He wants you dead. With the way you fight, he figures he needs every advantage he can get. I'd wager he's going to bet against you. Again.
You ready for Gladiator? Just in time. Your next match just came in, and you're fighting alone. Yes, you're fighting individually against Mad Dog and the Madmen. It'll be tough to fight without your teammates. You've pulled yourself out of rough situations before. Head down to the pit when you're ready. Good luck again, warrior. I hope you know what you're doing. I hope you remain well, gladiator.
I have a full fate bar. This guy's fucked. I might just decide to bully him.
You're dead. You understand? Dead. I'm going to gut you and choke you to death with your own giblets. There isn't a better place to fight, if it's a fight you're looking for. All manner of man and beast are ready to sate your bloodthirst. I don't speak to my enemies. I destroy them. You're either crazy or stupid to fight an entire team. And the madmen are the best of them all. As far as I'm concerned, the only deal you've made is one where I get to stab you in the face. This is where your luck runs out.
Off we go.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Valor Arena. We have a special treat for you in this next match of the tournament. At the champion's request, the leader of the Crows has agreed to fight the Madmen alone. Let's see if the most promising gladiator to date can defeat one of the arena's veteran teams.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bully them. Good riddance. Really? You lot are incredibly foolish.
There you have it, folks. It would appear the Crows have a formidable lead.
I don't think I got hit.
To Jacob for your reward, lad.
I don't even think I got hit. Yeah, this game lets you get kind of ridiculous. Hi.
I'd be surprised if anyone was betting against you at this point. You just chewed up 3 veterans like so much cud. Here's your share.
6, technically.
The champ sends his regards along with the coin. He says he wants to see you again. I think he likes you.
I think he hates me.
Who sent these Greaves your way? I guess he's been right with you since the beginning. I hope you remain well, gladiator.
Greetings.
Okay, so this might take a little longer than a half hour. So, you wanted me dead, huh?
That match certainly did not end like I had intended it to. I'll admit that I underestimated your abilities. I had intended for you to die in there. In this place, subterfuge is the name of the game. I'm surprised you walked so willingly into my trap. Or did you? I like to know my opponents. From your expression, I would guess you hadn't a clue. You do well to trust no one in this arena, gladiator. Especially that pustule joker. I wouldn't trust him as far as I can throw him. And I can throw him fairly far. Now get out of my house. It's time for my tea.
Oh, level up. Wait, this might not be a good thing. Oh well. And I can get either Tempest or Masterful Construction. I'm not as likely to press and hold. As I am to just summon the Fairgorda.
Your next opponents are Holden Lafayette and the Vipers, a team with eclectic strengths. Holden's team has fighters from almost every discipline of combat. Expect both ranged and up-close fighters. Are you ready for the match?
Some bring in vigor.
Good. Head on down. Stock up on supplies or equipment in the market if you need to. It only gets tougher from here. Good luck.
I should probably get my stuff repaired.
Hey there. Do you have any...
Am I behind? Why am I behind the counter again? I still have 7 million gold. Sheesh. Alright.
Don't underestimate the Vipers. They don't specialize in a particular style. Their members come from multiple combat disciplines. Of course, lead on. There will be no mercy out there.
In we go.
Here we go again, folks. Today's match pits the Crows against Holden, Lafayette and his Vipers. Let's see how the Crows deal with the Vipers' eclectic lineup. What in the world? Where did those sorcerers come from? Heads up, Crows. You've got trouble.
Ow.
And that's going to
There we go.
folks. Looks like variety and surprise sorcerers did not...
Yeah, the champion really wants me dead. I am threat. And he knows it.
Hey, ease off the grim look, okay? I'm not the one who let those sorcerers into the fight. Thanks, that's a relief. Here's your money, and Jokul left you these. You got a moment before your next match. Take a rest. It won't be for a moment yet. Magnus was hoping you could meet him behind the stairs in the market. He stressed that it is imperative you be there. The champ wanted to see you again, Gladiator.
Okay, I think I have one more legit match and it's the champion match. I could be wrong. Hi.
The champion's not here, Gladiator. And if his plan worked, your friends are in a worse condition than you're about to be. He should be forcing them into the arena at Spear Point as we speak. Well, you might have a point there. I've seen you kill a small army's worth of people since this tournament began. I'll risk Magnus's ire. I doubt the champion will last long with you as an opponent anyhow.
The point made of, really? Are you sure you want to be the next person I kill?
Gladiator, where have you been? The champion has your entire team down in the arena. He's forced them into a match, and he's got trolls in there with him. I had someone steal a look at Agni's books. Guess who just dropped a wager against the Crows to the tune of 100,000 gold pieces? Your friend and mine, Tyr Magnus. I hope so. You're not going to have a team at all in the next couple of minutes.
Where have you been, Gladiator? Your team's next match has already begun.
You sent me to the stairs.
So quickly that we didn't even have time to get an audience. I wish you well in and out of it.
Yeah, pretty much. These people are absolute morons if they think they've got a chance in Ashara.
Caused a lot of trouble for Magnus, friend. Force us. You're out of your league, gladiator. You should never have come back to the arena. Prepare yourself.
Save, go through. I can't remember if it's 5 or 6 legit matches.
Here comes the leader of the Crows, ladies and gentlemen. Arriving fashionably late, it appears. Will she be enough to turn the tide against the vicious troll?
I'm just not messing with this right now.
This is incredible, ladies and gentlemen. I present to you the survivors of that terrifying exhibition, the Crows.
Oh, I can't believe we survived. Thank you, friend. We couldn't have done it without you.
I don't know, if I was in the audience, I would be shitting myself right now with how fast I just took out those trolls.
I don't mean to be crass, but we could have handled ourselves. Even trolls walked away at the sight of man flame.
You never fail to amaze me, Gladiator. The entirety of the arena couldn't have done what you just did. I'll have your back now.
Like, I'm sorry, but if I saw someone do what the Fateless one just did in that amount of time, I would immediately leave the match, actually.
Magnus threw everything but the sun and the moon at you, and you still made it through. You've amazed and delighted us once again. No team of crows has ever come close to your success. Here's your share of the prize, Gladiator. You've done it! You're in the final match! Make your preparations.
To be fair, there's a case to be made for the Fateless one being a reincarnated god or on their way to ascending to godhood. Especially considering that gods in this world are what would be considered archfey in D&D. Just extraordinarily powerful fair folk. And technically speaking, the Fateless one would be part fair folk, part fae.
This is it, Gladiator. You win this one, and the crows become tournament champions. Head down to the pit when you're ready. Good luck out there, Gladiator.
I want to make this as humiliating as possible for Magnus. Where's my fate potions? Wait, I have it on my radial. First, I'm gonna talk to the dumbass champion.
This is it. All the stars in the sky, warrior. Why are you so impossible to kill? I can't remember the last time a gladiator became such a thorn in my side. They all bend to my will eventually. Or die. But you remain ever so persistent. Before my friends flay the skin from your bones, is there anything you want to say? Plead? Beg for your life?
And this right here is a case for doing the Plains of Arethel first, because if you haven't done the Siege of Melsenshire, this middle option doesn't exist.
Truly, I'd heard the rumor that a lone mythical hero had slain the beast, but it was you all along. What amusing drivel. I don't know what I'm gonna do once you're gone, warrior. Start winning bets again, I suppose. Prepare yourself. You played this game well,
This guy, I didn't actually talk to him, but he only became the current Grand Champion of the arena by poisoning his father, who was the previous champion.
I can't believe we made it to the finals.
Like, outside the arena, poisoning.
I heard he hired the best in Amalur to face us in this last match. I'm with you. It's been quite a ride. Let's make sure this ends in our favor, yes? Let's take the fight to them, Gladiator.
I'll have your back.
Can I save, please? Thank you. So yeah, Valor Arena is very short, but it's not exactly a bad questline. I think if it was longer, it would be, like, too long. Really? Askell needed to be hit twice. Thrice, looks like. Goodbye. And that's it for Valor Arena. It is by far the shortest faction in the game. Unless it's unless you're also counting the challenge board. But even then, I consider those side quests, not faction quests.
You did it,
I don't even think they...
The champion threw everything at you and you bore it all with a grin. At least I think that's what that was. Jokal had this great sword to give you as a final reward. He also mentioned he wanted to speak to you about managing the arena. And finally, here's the key to the champion's manor. Take a rest, sit for a spell in the den. I'm sure that when you return, you'll find a new challenger waiting for you. Good luck.
Okay. Armor. Let me get rid of all of this. But yeah, there's these, but I'm pretty sure these are considered side quests and not... like actual faction quests.
Hey there, stranger. You look...
Oh, let's save. Go into the gambling den real quick to talk to Jokal. Or is he not in here? Nope, there's Helga. Okay, so he's not in here. I don't know where he is. And he's not actually showing up on the map as a quest giver. So I'm not going to worry about it. I think all he really gives me is money. So I'm going to call it there. If you're interested in anything I've done up until this point, I do have a YouTube channel. You can check that out if you're interested. I try to group my runs... I try to upload stuff same day, and I group my runs by playlist so they're easier to find. If you're interested in chatting... I keep forgetting that I don't do that part of my outro anymore. I probably need to restructure that. If you're interested in seeing my announcements... Oh, what is... honestly, it's not really so much of a challenge. This one is more analytical. I'm going through and I'm trying to beat every beatable side quest in the game. There's some that I just outright can't due to the nature of the quest or to glitches. And in those cases, I'm just going to leave it be. But because this is the game for me. Yes, checklist challenge. Because this is the game for me, the one that essentially got me into gaming as a whole, I figured instead of just a casual playthrough like I did with some of my other ones, I'd do full-on completion, not counting trophies, and analyzing it to see if it still holds up or if the nostalgia goggles are strong with this one. Anyway, if you would like to see my announcements, I'm going to be putting those on Instagram, and if you would like to see my clips in an easier fashion, I do have a TikTok, and I also post them to YouTube and, when Twitch lets me, Instagram. Links to all that are in the chat now. If you've made it this far and are curious to see where I go from here, why not drop a follow? It takes but one button press, and you can always change your mind if you decide my content isn't for you. Tomorrow I'll be starting off with the notice board here. And after that, I'll be heading into the Hollowlands to finish anything, or well, to do anything I can in there. Depending on how the Hollowlands goes, I will also be tackling Menethir. Probably not the end of the Warsworn questline, though, because I don't know what I want to do for that. Wednesday, I'll be starting my first ever Code Vein solo run. I was intending for my next Code Vein challenge run to be Jack only, but I'm still preparing that file, because I haven't really had the energy to go through it. I did have a fully set up support only file. Problem is that was on New Game Plus difficulty, and because the companions don't scale well in New Game Plus, I'm worried that it might not be an accurate assessment of the companion's strength if I do that. So that means I had to create a whole new file. And because that file is not prepared, you're getting solo only first. Which the solo only will help in the future, because a lot of my future challenge runs for Code Vein are going to require me to not have a companion. So it does work out in its own way. And Thursday and Friday, it's back to Hollow Knight Silksong. I just got the ability to be Floaty Hornet. So we'll see where I go from, or where I can go from there. Once I hit 100 followers and managed to stay there for over a week, I'll schedule a day of Genshin Impact, where you'll be able to redeem challenges for me to do on my Genshin Impact account. There's a few things that'll just outright be banned from that. It's because it is a casual account, and there's some stuff with the friends list I don't want to mess with. So nothing that could ruin the account, nothing that could, nothing involving the friend list, and definitely nothing involving pulling, because I don't intend to spend more money on that account. Last week of October, we're going to be doing Chalice Week. where I play through Bloodborne's Chalice dungeons, with co-op being available to anybody who wants to be involved in co-op. Obviously, if it comes down to it and I have to schedule the Genshin day around Chalice Week, it's going to be after Chalice Week. But that's the basic plan. One moment. Piku's playing Dark Souls 3, so let's go say hi to her. That said, happy time zones, everyone. And I hope you all have an excellent day.